Well guys, I would do some funny intro where I said Farm Friday like 6 times, but it's not really Friday, it's Saturday. With the 4th of July holiday, we got busy, we got behind, and there's a lot of catching up to do outside, so join me for Farm Saturday. In today's episode, it's all about these guys behind me. Sunflowers. A couple of them blooming, you can see. These are mammoth sunflowers, and they've been very, very beautiful and very easy to do. Phoebe and I bought a pack of sunflower seeds just for fun. I thought it'd be great to grow these for seeds to eat, because the kids love sunflower seeds. So I bought a pack of these and I brought them home one day. I'm like, Phoebe, let's go plant these. So we came in and just, used our hoe, made a simple row down the bed, and she helped me, and we placed little seeds about 2 or 3 inches apart, and then all of this happened, and they're quite amazing. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Look at that. A lot of things flying around, on them. Beautiful little flowers. All those little things will become seeds, obviously, as they grow. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got about 5 blooming, and the rest should start blooming any day now. I don't know if you guys can kind of get the scale of these things, but these jokers are, well, let's see, this tallest one, I'm 6'4", and I can't even begin to touch the top of that one. It's probably 9 foot tall. I mean, these things are incredible. And this bed right here is the bed, if you remember from my other videos, this is the bed that didn't get any compost. It didn't get anything. I didn't even till it. I just put wood chips on it and let it go. And I've planted some experimental things like these French melons, these sweet red French melons here, just for fun, just to see what would happen. Same with these sunflowers. And I tell you what, in poor soil conditions, in a hot summer, with, we've had a little bit of rain here recently, but, these things have done so good. Look at these guys. They are 8 and 9 foot tall. Guys, I would highly recommend growing sunflowers just because they're easy, okay? I call myself the Minimalist Farmer, so I'm always trying to find ways to do things with less tools, to do things more simply, and to kind of minimalize my life so that I can focus on what's important. If you have less clothing, you can really focus on that capsule wardrobe, and each piece of that capsule wardrobe you can make really high-end stuff, because you're not buying 30 pairs of jeans. You just got about four or five pairs of jeans. So each jean you can actually spend a lot of money, make sure it fits right, make sure it's made out of good material, and that it lasts a long time. So that's the idea. And the same way with gardening and farming. I want to grow less, but I want to grow each crop very well. For the fall and winter garden coming up, we're planning on, once all this gets up, we're going to redo the beds, clean everything up, get everything cultivated, and we're going to plant probably 8 or 9 things, and that's it, just 8 or 9 things. Not a lot of variety, because I'm always tempted by variety. I think we all are. Y'all enjoying the melons? Gurney? Don't be eating them now. Every year, well, every season now, when the seed catalogs come out, I always get so excited. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna plant 45 things. I'm gonna do all these root crops followed by this and that, and it's overwhelming. And what ends up happening is that some of it doesn't work, some of it doesn't grow. The rest of it you just don't eat. So my wife had the suggestion. She's a very smart woman. She said, let's plant less and do your minimal thing, but let's just plant stuff that we'll eat. And I was like, wow, that's such a no-brainer. But us guys, we tend to be a little thick-headed and we don't really think straight. So anyway, I'm gonna do what my wife says for a change, and I'm gonna do 8 or 9 varieties. We'll probably do carrots and beets because they're fun, and I want to practice growing those. And then we'll do broccoli and cauliflower. We eat a lot of that. We'll probably do onions and garlic, okay? And we might do some things like maybe 1 or 2 other little main winter crops, maybe cabbages or something like that. And then apart from the main crop, I want to plant just a couple things as beneficials for wintertime. Herbs and flowers usually is what you use to deter bugs and pests and to help be beneficial to your plants. So fall and winter gardening, that kind of is a little harder because most of the flowers won't really grow very well towards the end of the season. You get into those cooler temperatures and a lot of things just don't do very well. Nasturtiums and marigolds, they tend to slack off towards the winter. So I was trying to think, what can I do that would be beneficial to keep pests at bay and kind of help my stuff grow. So I've decided I'm going to plant hopefully some rosemary and some sage for that herbal stuff. And maybe 1 or 2 other little beneficials. I think the onions and the garlic will help, everything, especially the carrots. I know carrots and onions you can plant beside each other, but we're going to experiment. We're going to grow a little bit less. I say all that to say this. Sunflowers are not a bad idea. They're easy, they're simple, they can act as a windbreak. They're super interesting and beautiful, and there's different varieties too. These are mammoth, these are the big, tall, huge ones. But you can also get teddy bear sunflowers. You can get like the fire red and orange type sunflowers that you can put in pots. I mean, there's all kind of beautiful little sunflowers that you can do. They're easy to grow, they grow well in heat, like here in Alabama. And they're simple. I mean, the pack of seeds cost me $1.69, I think. And it came with this whole row plus, enough to do more. We just didn't. Just really a fun thing. I would really highly recommend these. They're one of my favorite flowers. And I think they'll help you out on your farm. Well, guys, as much as I'd love to sit here and record all day and give you all a big, nice, long video, I do need to cut it short because I've got to cut the grass. I've got to trim around all the beds. I've got to manage a lot of this stuff that's happening. A lot of stuff to kind of cut back and prune. I got to check on my pumpkins. I don't know if y'all can see them. They're doing okay. I got to check on a lot of stuff. So, guys, if you haven't already, like the video and hit subscribe so that you can see more videos, as I try to do about 1 a week now. And I hope that you maybe learned something. Maybe you got to see those sunflowers. And hopefully next year when spring comes around, that might be something that you decide to plant. Well, from Minimalist Farmer, y'all have a good day, and we'll see you next week.